Megan, turn off.
Recalibrating response model.
Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. Teach Film Preach, and if you're a film lover like I am, and if you're a horror sci-fi thriller film like I am as well, then you are in the right place. And if you're in the right place, click like down below and subscribe to my channel for more content. Also, while you're down there, let me know, what did you think of the new horror sci-fi thriller film, M3gan? What are some of your favorite, scariest movies? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below, and while you're down there, click like and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Also, don't forget to hit that bell button to notify you when I've released more videos. Today we're talking about the 2023 sci-fi thriller horror film, M3gan. This movie is rated 14A, directed by Gerard Johnstone, written by Akela and the great James Wan, starring Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, Amy Donald, Jenna Davis. Toy engineer Gemma becomes suddenly the caretaker of her orphaned 8-year-old niece, and she becomes overworked and is unprepared to be a parent. So, combining her engineering job, she creates a toy and pairs it with Cady, called M3gan, a lifelike robot companion that ultimately has unimaginable consequences as the AI system goes awry.
Do you want to hang out? Okay.
M3gan, your goal is to protect Cady from harm, both physical and emotional.
To me, this felt like a really elongated episode of Black Mirror. This movie is really funny. Some great moments where they are trying to be hilarious on purpose. So this movie is really entertaining from start to finish. There isn't really a slow part of this film. Nothing ever gets to a point where I'm like, can this movie just end? The cast is great. Allison Williams, Amy Donald as the body double for M3gan, and Jenna Davis, who does the voice of M3gan, are great in this film. But to me, the standout performance in this movie is Violet McGraw, who has all these complicated and very deep and dark emotional places that she has to go to as an actor, and she's a young child. This is one of the better child performances I've seen in quite some time. I thought she was awesome in this movie. There are some creepy parts of this film. I don't think it's necessarily a scary movie. I was never fearing, for my life in the movie theater. Not that you should do that. Yeah. No, I wasn't really scared like I have been in other films, like in Barbarian. This movie is a lot more of a relaxed, fun thrill ride. I thought the visual effects were great, the way that they did M3gan and they got her to move, and the character that they built her to become, I thought were excellent in this film and some of the best parts of the movie. However, some of the things that really bothered me about this film dragged it down heavily. Like, one, I thought some of the writing was a bit shaky at times. Now, I realize this is a horror movie, and writing in horror movies usually don't go hand in hand.
How dare you!
Unfortunately, this is kind of in that bin. There are things that the characters, especially the adults, that they do in this film that no one would ever do. Like, no one would actually choose the route and the decisions that they do. These characters are written this way so it can get to the next plot point where there can be a scary moment. It didn't feel like the characters were authentic to the choices that they were making, especially the characters like Gemma, the CEO of the company, played by Ronnie Chen. The world that they build in this film has a lot of dispensable people for no reason. Like, they're gonna kill these people just cuz. And they try to make some of the characters unappealing so that we almost feel like, yeah, it's okay if they die. This is definitely a movie that would have been so improved upon if it was like 18A or a rated R film. Been a lot better, a lot more scary, a lot more thrilling. Having that PG 13, 14A rating really toned down the film, and you can feel it. They definitely were catering this movie to teenagers, to young teenagers, to people who are 13, 14, 15 years old, because there should have been way more violence, way more gore, way more deaths and body counts in this film than what actually ended up happening. This movie feels very restrained at times, and I think if they just let the robot go, just let things happen more authentically, this movie would have been a lot better. It would have had a lot more interest for me. A few tweaks here and there in the script. You want the audience to get on the side of your characters, and I don't think that this film really accomplished that. Now, this movie has a kind of strange balance of being a comedy and also being a horror film that most of the time it does nail, which is great. There are some scenes that they didn't want it to be funny, but it turned out that way just from the performances or the direction, maybe some of the writing. Unfortunately, these scenes cracked me up, and no one else in the theater was laughing at the time.
Yeah, you're a damn credit. All right, just get...
So I think they have a lot of self-awareness about what this film is and what they're trying to accomplish. but at the same time, the moments that they really should have played straight or serious came off really ridiculous and funny. So it is an entertaining film and it's really fun, but there's nothing more than that. This isn't a film that I would go back and rewatch over and over again. I didn't get invested in this film like I had in other horror films in the past like 5-6 months. I saw a film by Ty West last year, X. I thought that was amazing. It made sense for why the characters were there in that situation, and how they got into that situation made a lot of sense. This movie doesn't feel that way. I think this movie is asking the audience a lot to like just ignore things, just go along for the ride and just go with it. And I had a hard time getting over those things. They really like to cut in moments where they shouldn't cut, and where they should have cut, they didn't. But besides those few things, this is an entertaining film. It is definitely geared towards a younger audience, a teenager audience. I still think it's a movie to check out. You will have fun with it. At least you'll laugh about it, and you'll get some great laughs throughout the film. Even though technically this is the first movie I'm reviewing of 2023, I don't think it's going to be in my top 3 horror films of this year. So I'm going to go ahead and give M3gan a B. What did you all think of this horror sci-fi thriller film? I would love to hear what you thought of M3gan. What are some of your favorite scary movies? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. And while you're down there, make sure you click like and subscribe my channel for more content. Also, hit that bell button to notify you when I've released more videos out here. Thank you so much for joining me today on Mr. T's Film Preach. I hope you all had a great time. Come back and check out some other videos like the top 10 films of 2022, my personal favorite films of 2022 with my special guest Chad, and Barbarian, my favorite horror film of 2022. Have a great day, everyone. Stay focused, stay awesome, and as always, let's get taught.